Como é que é, malta da pesada? Estamos de volta para mais um caso de LA Noire. E o próximo caso aqui do homicídios é o da Golden Butterfly. Vamos lá.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Parece que mais uma vez o Cole já está a assumir que é o... que pode ser o werewolf, o assassino em série. Tem vários nomes, que é tipo o werewolf ou o Black Dahlia. Mas primeiro temos de chegar lá ao sítio para sabermos se realmente é parecido ou não. Mas estou a conduzir.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. We might get along after all.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy has been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex...
Captain, aren't there similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that matter?
So you don't believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world, with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to beat that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the City of Angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Did your parents ever ask you to run away
Queria só
from home?
mencionar aqui uma coisa engraçada.
Detective, I was first on scene.
Espera aí, já vou falar contigo. Ali onde os jornalistas mencionam o nome de uma rapariga, que é a Elizabeth Short. E se vocês pesquisarem o assassino em série que mostram aqui neste jogo, é um assassino real que ficou conhecido como a Black Dahlia, sim senhora, porque foi um homicídio nessa rapariga. A Elizabeth Short é real, essa senhora era mesmo real e aconteceu mesmo. E ficou assim conhecido porque foi um assassino, um homicídio assim brutal, assim nunca antes visto de tal brutalidade. E ficou conhecido como Black Dahlia por causa de um filme que tinha saído há pouco tempo, que era qualquer coisa Dahlia. Por isso, interessante.
So what's going on over there?
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. A family out for a stroll. I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
Ora, das cenas que eu vi, não me lembro de ter visto que ele era um assassino em série. Sei que o que eu li foi que nunca descobriram quem foi a pessoa que assassinou essa senhora, a Elizabeth Short. Mas agora temos aqui uma nova senhora.
Can't be much help to you, Phelps.
E vamos já ver. E parece que realmente tem algumas semelhanças. Já na intro inicial vimos que o senhor também matou um senhor, agrediu uma senhora na cabeça com uma cena metálica. Da mesma forma. E parece que tem... Ok, desta vez não tem cenas escritas. Vamos falar aqui com o Carruthers.
Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home, not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
You mind if I examine the body?
Be my guest.
Look at your mark. It's very...
Distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Bem, há aqui uma semelhança que também tem ali uma lesão no lado da cabeça com uma outra senhora. Mas há aqui uma coisa nova que é a estrangulação com esta corda. Que eles dizem que a corda é feita de maneira distinta. Não é uma corda comum. E aqui é outra semelhança.
Fourth finger, left hand. A wedding or engagement ring. Violently removed.
Já a Celine Henry também lhe roubaram um anel.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
E parece que também roubaram um relógio desta vez. Se calhar é um... Queria só roubar a senhora, não sei. Parece que com tanta agressividade, não... Pois aqui com as stompings.
Henry case. Was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Eu ia dizer que se calhar foi só um roubo, mas também acho que para ser assim tão agressivo, se calhar ou é uma pessoa muito sádica, ou então é outra coisa diferente. Vamos agora aqui ao B, que é a footprint, que é a pegada. Se não me engano. Ai não, é um relógio? Não, é a pegada, exatamente. E agora só falta aqui a carteira da senhora.
Another day, another dollar.
Well, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
Bem, e tinha aqui uma cena que identificava a senhora. Tem um nome assim mais alemão. Ok.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Ora, afinal, só se for um ladrão de joias, se calhar tem aí uma jewelry store.
RNI says a Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Parece que aqui o primeiro suspeito é o marido da mulher. E vai ser o nosso primeiro destino também. Este também é da polícia.
One more sweep and I'm headed back to the lab. You've got all you need here, Phelps.
So what's going on over there?
O carro está bem longe, fogo.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Para a casa do suspeito. E para a casa da vítima
Still might
também.
be some playing the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? No, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? But don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Já cá estamos na casa. Ver se alguém está em casa.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle? We're gonna have a look around.
Parece que só está aqui a filha deles.
Just sit tight.
Primeiro vamos procurar por clues, como sempre. Parece que aqui na cozinha não tem nada de suspeito.
My partner will explain everything when he gets back, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
Ali era o quarto da criança também. Não acho que esteja lá alguma coisa. Ok, temos aqui os sapatos. Uns sapatos. Vamos ver. Estamos à procura de um homem que calça sapatos pequenos para a média. E este é um size 8 que é considerado
Size 8.
pequeno. Já no caso passado era esse o caso. E é mais uma semelhança que este caso apresenta. E agora temos aqui as duas caixas de joias que a senhora tinha.
No sign of a wedding ring.
E não está no dedo, nem está aqui. E agora o relógio, se não me engano. Da mesma forma.
Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body.
E são só estas as pistas que podemos observar. Já podemos ir falar com a criança, fazer algumas perguntas, talvez.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead.
Damn.
Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Could try.
Coitada da garota. Bem, vamos perguntar se a senhora já perdeu as joias dela há algum tempo ou se é recente.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
Always.
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
E temos de ser simpáticos com ela,
I
não
know
é?
it's painful, Michelle, but this may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. We had a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
Bem, o relógio parece coincidir com a marca, ao menos. E quando é que foi a última vez que viste a tua mãe?
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
E parece que ela tem mais alguma coisa a revelar.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Parece que está suspeito o marido. E vamos perguntar se eles discutem ou se têm uma boa relação ou não.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
Mas se calhar discutem.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's some
Your wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What the... But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
Está suspeito aqui o senhor. O marido.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Por acaso sabemos que calças menos que isso porque já vimos os teus sapatos.
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Muller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
Because you have size 8 and not size 9.
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
E parece que ele tem mais alguma coisa para dizer, embora seja pouco consistente com a história da filha.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
Então, e onde é que estiveste quando a tua filha te ligou?
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
Ui, está a mentir, porque a tua filha disse o
You should
contrário.
come clean if you're having an affair or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
Isto foi para a rapariga disse.
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter called?
Okay, I went out for a while. I was driving around. It's my way of relaxing.
Bem, isso não é muito conclusivo. E agora a tua filha também mencionou que já bateste na tua mulher.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
Ah, sim, exatamente. Provavelmente não estava a ver qual era a clue. E é o broche que ele contou, que ele comprou para fazer tipo, para remediar o seu erro.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi, check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in LA. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Bem, parece que temos aqui uma nosy neighbor. Ainda temos de esperar pelo Rusty.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Bem, esta senhora viu o marido a queimar qualquer coisa e ele está aqui outra vez. Agora vou ter de ir atrás dele. E agora já posso usar o tackle para a primeira vez. Que se eu spamar aqui o botão, o Phelps faz grande sprint e apanha o gajo. Vamos ver o que é que estava a queimar. Já dá para ver aqui. É um sapato cheio de sangue.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
Um sapato pequeno.
I can explain the blood.
Do it then.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and...
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncles?
Call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and...
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
Coitado.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Antes de irmos para o próximo destino, venho aqui ao telefone.
Galloway, homicide division.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Go ahead, detective unit. How could I help, we get Ray Pinker and a technical service?
I need an address on a Belmont High School.
North Bonnie Bray Street.
Checking for you, detective.
Send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Belmont High. Roger, 1575 West 2nd Street.
Thank you.
Mas estava aqui um bocado confuso porque o Rossi também estava a falar ali no rádio.
Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting at the police morgue downtown when he's available.
Got it, KGPL.
Também recebemos agora uma mensagem que o coroner quer falar connosco, o médico das autópsias, e é isso que vamos fazer a seguir. O que o Phelps foi fazer ao telefone foi perguntar o adresso onde a filha deles anda, para ver se consegue comprovar o alibi da menina e do marido ao mesmo tempo.
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, fellas. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex Ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
Vamos lá ver o que é que o Carruthers tem a dizer.
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
Bem, e agora é que vamos dar match ao tipo de corda com a que foi usada. E eu já vou começar já com a certa. Que é esta aqui de baixo.
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
É esta porque é mais complexa. Por isso é que distingue-se tanto das outras duas, que têm padrões mais menos complexos, mais simples.
So are we looking for a sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal. Anything else comes up, you let us know.
Podemos usar o telefone mais uma vez. Cá está ele aqui na pontinha.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. A green 1946 coupe, registered to Mrs. Hugo Muller, has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. Captain Donnelly wants you to head down there immediately to take the school janitor's statement.
Thanks.
Bem, parece que o carro do marido foi encontrado lá na escola da filha. Por isso, esse é o nosso próximo destino. Já era antes dessa informação.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going? Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that. The coroner's.
How so?
You know, you don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
You've been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
You know, if I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print.
This is the car?
Yes, sir, Detective.
Have you looked it over?
Superficially. I was told to wait for you guys.
Thanks. We'll take it from here. What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
This was the same man?
I don't know, sir. I mean, I'd like to say yes, but truth is, it was pretty dark.
All right. Tell me about this man you've been having trouble with.
He hangs near the playground, tries to befriend the children. He was around here last night before the dance.
Is he violent?
Yes, sir, I would say so, yes. There's the son of a bitch now! Hey, you!
Go, Phelps, I'll take the car.
Aqui a falar de um pedófilo que andava aqui. Pode ser um suspeito e ele fez a sua aparência. Estávamos aqui a cuscar também. Vamos tentar cortá-lo aqui. Caralho, ele está a dar um grande sprint. A ver se o apanhamos agora. Atropela o homem. Ah, sim. Acho que vamos ter de andar à porrada com a... Acho que eu vou apanhar agora. Dou. Ah, não me está a deixar fazer a cena. Está-me a deixar agora? Já foste, já foste, já foste. Foi longa esta perseguição, fogo.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like 'em a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You are in very deep trouble.
Esta é a Golden Butterfly, que está no título do caso e pertence à vítima. Foi o marido que comprou.
Why bother with the paperwork, Eli? I'm gonna take out my gun and I'm gonna count to 5. Let's see how fast you can run now.
Hang on a goddamn minute. I found that thing in the parking lot.
Get some backup out here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming in. They can roll out the red carpet.
E agora temos 2 suspeitos. Temos ainda de analisar aqui o carro. Parece que não podemos interagir com a porta, mas sim com a bagageira. E infelizmente isto incrimina o pai severamente. E
Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
se me permitirem, isto também é outra semelhança com o caso anterior, em que realmente não era muito certo e assim de repente aparece as pistas todas de uma vez.
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
Parece que foram postas. Já no caso passado parece que foram postas ali no quarto do Alonso, que foi o que acabou por ser detido.
The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic.
Pois.
I wonder what Eli does for a living.
E desta vez parece que as pistas agora apontam todas para o marido. Temos de usar agora o telefone e só falta agora interrogar os suspeitos.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Muller homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks, ma'am.
E agora o próximo
You can
destino
drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
é a central de polícia para interrogarmos então os 2 suspeitos. O Phelps acabou de pedir para darem setup a 2 cenas de entrevista.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Muller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for me.
Uma coisa que o Rusty disse que é verdade é que o outro suspeito, o novo suspeito, estava ali perto de onde as provas todas estavam. E também
Better
tinha.
not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest.
E também tinha o broche. O Golden Butterfly.
Are they ready?
Moeller's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Bem, nós queremos ir ao Mueller primeiro. E ele está aqui neste. Tipo, este. Ok, vou fazer as entrevistas primeiro e depois digo o que quero.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test, I can prove it.
Bem, vamos começar com o interrogatório então. Porquê é que estavas a queimar os sapatos?
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Vamos ser simpáticos com ele. Ver o que é que ele tem a dizer.
It's a rabbit's blood. A guy at work brought him in and I helped him skin them.
E agora acesso àquele tipo de corda específico que usaram para estrangular a vítima.
Do you know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
Imagem específica.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
E a tipo, ele acabou de se incriminar. Não sei se vocês estão a perceber, porque ele disse a cena que o tipo de corda certa que foi usado. Bem, e agora o acesso à arma, ou àquele. Pronto, o tire iron, não sei, não estou a conseguir traduzir, mas vocês sabem o que é.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
And that's a lie.
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Está aqui, Bloody Tire Iron. Uma ferramenta de mecânico. É exatamente isso.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler.
Então ele não reage a isto?
We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
E isso é mentira porque encontramos no carro.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Green overalls, bloodstained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
E já podemos acusá-lo, mas ainda temos uma interrogação para fazer.
I'm going up to the lake to watch the races on Saturday.
Vamos agora falar com o Eli Rooney, que é um bocado pedófilo. Um bocado não, é mesmo.
Boy!
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
Need a drink.
Então, o que o capitão acabou de dizer é que nós não precisamos de... Tipo, a maior vontade aqui de toda a gente, sendo polícia, é tentar culpar pessoas como o Eli de algum crime para poder tirar-me da rua, né? Porque ela é uma pessoa perigosa.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
Mas neste caso o capitão disse-nos que não é preciso pôr-nos aqui a culpa nele porque ele vai tratar dele na mesma, de qualquer maneira. Então, onde é que trabalhas?
You're down on your luck, Eli.
I've had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
Doubt. Vamos ter tempo mau para ele.
You can't misplace big yellow letters HM out front.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
E este rapaz, rapaz não, que ele aparentemente tem 48 anos. Este senhor também acabou-se de incriminar porque uma das provas que foi encontrada na bagageira foi o que ele acabou de dizer, uma cena, um overall verde com as letras HM. Nós pensávamos que era Hugo Miller, porque ele é mecânico e eles também usam esse tipo de roupa, mas também pode-se referir a onde este senhor trabalha, por isso estamos aqui a ter umas inconsistências.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
E ele aqui basicamente diz que não tem nenhuma particularidade por cordas, não tem nenhum conhecimento, se calhar, como o outro suspeito, se calhar tem por ser, por já ter andado na Army. Por isso, é verdade.
Like you, Eli, must prefer Magay for roping, am I right?
I prefer braid. You tie a hitch and braid, it stays tied.
Então, pois realmente este senhor não tem nenhum motivo para matar a senhora, é isso que vamos perguntar.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
E obviamente que ele está a esconder alguma coisa.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things, and you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and then put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
Bem, este caso é esquisito no que toca ao fim. Nós, para termos as 5 estrelas, temos de... Ou seja, a pessoa certa no Ricardo do jogo, no que o jogo quer que tu faças, é que o culpado é este senhor, o pedófilo, e não o marido. Mas o que o jogo quer mostrar também é mais uma semelhança do caso anterior, é que os culpados parecem não ser assim tão culpados, há assim inconsistências, como por exemplo o que este senhor acabou de dizer, que viu realmente alguém a trocar de roupa e a escondê-la na bagageira, e essa pessoa deixou cair a Golden Butterfly, o broche da borboleta dourada, e ele foi lá e apanhou e era por isso que o tinha. No entanto, também disse que o seu uniforme de trabalho, ou do ex-trabalho, ou o que for, é exatamente igual ao que foi encontrado. Por contrapartida, o marido não tem alibi, não se sabe onde é que ele estava, ninguém sabe onde é que ele estava, e também tem o uniforme e tudo, foi tudo encontrado no carro dele, mas não há nenhuma ligação dele, tipo, diretamente ao carro. E mais uma coisa, ele também, semelhante a este, ou aqui ao Eli, ele também se acusou, dizendo, sem saber, dizendo que provavelmente se tivesse de usar uma corda para magoar alguém, seria a triple braid, que foi o estilo de corda usado para fazer o homicídio. Ou seja, estas duas suspeitos acusaram-se. Ou seja, isto indica que há aqui uma falha no plano deles, ou será que estão a perceber aqui a inconsistência. Por isso vamos seguir aqui o guião, entre aspas, e vamos ter de tirar um pedófilo da rua. Na dúvida, né? Não conseguimos culpar nenhum nem outro, mas na dúvida, este aqui será muito pior pessoa em geral.
Eli Rooney, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Muller.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rat. I ain't a killer.
Phelps, Galloway, congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys? I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for poor Deirdre.
E cá estão as 5 estrelas. Parece que deixei uma clue para trás, mas não era uma pista vital, por isso não teve qualquer interesse. Deve ter, se calhar era uma... Acho que faltava uma inspecionar uma pegada em específico na crime scene. Porque aqui na interrogação com o Eli era suposto nós perguntarmos quanto é que ele calça. E acho que ele tem um pé grande. O que faz aqui a acusação ao Eli ainda mais inconsistente. Mas bem, eu já mostrei essa inconsistência, já mostrei que faz parte do jogo e é suposto o jogador perceber esta inconsistência, tal como o Cole Phelps também já está a perceber, já percebeu no caso anterior e também vai perceber neste. Pessoal, espero que tenham gostado deste vídeo e deste episódio. E deste caso, claro. Vejo-vos na próxima e até logo.
Phelps! We captured 2 regular army.
Lieutenant!
Phelps, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen?
You're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There is no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing.
あなた方の階層と名前を名乗ってください。
第44大部隊所属兵だ。
キスマ何様だと思ってるんだ。
See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we're fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the US because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?